Hello and very welcome everyone to this session of the current affairs. Today we are going to learn the current affairs of 25th of May. So let's start and see that what are the things we can learn from this day and what are the things we can add into our notes. Before we start, I'm going to discuss the topics that I'm going to cover in this session that will help you to understand that how and what are the topics we are going to cover. So first of all, I'm going to cover some national news. After that, we will take care of state news, banking and finance, very important for banking students, science and technology news, important days, ranks and reports, summits and conference, and at last, I'll summarize all the things for all of you. The images used in our slide deck are for educational purpose only. We respect the intellectual property rights of original creators and owners of these images. If you are the owner of any of the images used in this deck and have any concerns or issues, please contact us at sathi@iitk.ac.in and we shall remove the images. First news that we have today is India records positive growth among top 5 world steel producer in April. So though we have seen a little bit decline in the industrial growth, but we have seen the growth in the steel production this year. So let's read out that India recorded positive growth among the world's top 5 crude steel producer in April 2024. According to the World Steel Association, India achieved a growth rate of 3.9% compared to April 2023. India is the second largest crude steel producer globally. The growth is significant achievement for the country's steel industry. So do remember that India has, even after the decline in the total number of production in the core sectors, we have seen a positive growth among the top 5 steel producers in the world, especially in terms of the steel. And India has come out to be the second largest crude steel producer globally. So remember this point, it is very important. Karnataka mandates 33% reservation for women in government contract jobs. So after Uttarakhand, after Odisha, now Karnataka government has also declared 33% reservation for women in the government contract jobs. So if we talk about the directive principles of state policy, we need to take a look of them very, very importantly. The under part 4 of the constitution, article 36 to article 51, we discuss about the DPSP, that is directive principles of state policy. In that part, we discuss about the three different type of ideologies. One is the socialist, one is the Gandhian, and another one is the intellectual. So in the socialist ideology, it is always said that the state should talk and do something about the betterment of women and children. Now, on the verge of that, Karnataka mandates 33% reservation for women in government contract jobs. So Karnataka government has mandated a 33% reservation for women in outsourced government job. What is the meaning of outsourced government jobs? When the government particularly appoints a private company for any kind of work, that is called outsourcing. And for that purpose, in that particular type of jobs, 33% reservation has been given to women. So do not get confused with the reservation given to the in the field of any particular type of government jobs or something. The reservation has been given to the government contract jobs. And when I was talking about the Uttarakhand and Odisha, the reservation was in Panchayat, especially the 33% women reservation. This aligns with the existing quotas for permanent positions. The mandate applied to jobs lasting more than 45 days and involving over 20 employees. The move aimed to promote gender equality in the workforce. So for that purpose, recently Karnataka government has introduced 33% reservation for women in the government contract jobs. Cyclone Ramal, IMD predictions and impact. So a low pressure system over the Bay of Bengal is set to intensify into Cyclone Ramal. So first of all, you need to understand that what are cyclones and why you every year hear about them during the month of April and May. So when we are talking about cyclones, so cyclone is a revolving cycle of air and rainfall and cumulus nimbus clouds which occurs when a low pressure system creates over a surface of a sea. Generally, whenever April and May comes, the low pressure system generally creates over the Bay of Bengal Why so? Because Bay of Bengal is an enclosed space. Majorly, this kind of low pressure system creates at an enclosed space over a surface of ocean or sea. So when we are talking about a cyclone, so a cyclone in the northern hemisphere they rotates anti-clockwise, and in southern hemisphere they rotates clockwise. That is a different phenomena because of the Farrell's law of deflection and because of the Coriolis force. So this year, first cyclone that we are hearing about is the cyclone Rimal, and it has been intensified in Bay of Bengal as a low pressure system is created in Bay of Bengal. Cyclone is expected to reach Bangladesh and adjoining West Bengal coast as a severe cyclonic storm. And in Indian Ocean region, it is named as cyclone, a normal tropical cyclone. But if we go to the South China Sea, it is known as typhoon. If we go to Australia, it is known as Billy Billy. And if we go to America, it is known as the tornado and hurricanes. Indian Meteorological Department forecasts the cyclone progression. Indian Meteorological Department is a department that takes care about the information of the atmosphere and weather phenomena, and related majorly to the weather phenomena. It is predicted to become a severe cyclonic storm by 25 May morning and make landfall. You can see a word landfall here. Landfall means when a cyclone which creates over a sea, when it moves towards a piece of land, and now it is impacting the land. Now it is above the land surface, not above the sea. So moving from sea surface to land surface, this is called landfalling of cyclone. So morning and make landfall between Sagar Island in West Bengal and Cape Pupara in Bangladesh. So Sagar Island is basically in Bay of Bengal, and it is the territory of India. And also there is one more island, that is the Muri Island, in the same place somewhere near about Sagar Island, and it is a disputed island territory between India and Bangladesh. So do remember that cyclone Ramal recently affected the Bay of Bengal region. RBI data shows significant declines in net FDI to 10.5 billion in financial year 24. So recently the net foreign direct investment to India decreased by 62.17% in financial year 24. So it is a very big loss that India is facing, because 62.17% is a very big decrement, we can see. FDI plummeted to 10.58 billion from the previous year 27.98 billion. So that is a very big change. We can see it is about 62%. The decline is mainly due to increased repatriation of capital. Indian companies' investment abroad also contributed to this decrease. Recently, a report also came in which it was shown that the largest trader with which India is working is China, and the largest FDI investors in India is Singapore. And other than that, the largest supplier of arms to India is USA. So remember all these things as well. Doordarshan's DD Kisan embraces AI revolution with Krish and Bhumi. So DD Kisan, the Doordarshan channel celebrates 9th anniversary. So basically, as we used to see the Doordarshan, DD Sports, these type of channels are the government channels on which different type of particularly sports event and other things are being displayed. Doordarshan is also very famous broadcasting channel in our childhood times in the 90s era. And recently, Doordarshan DD Kisan was started to provide information related to the cultivation and agriculture. So channel is introducing Krish and Bhumi, the first AI anchors in India's government broadcasting history. So remember this as well. So recently under this particular platform, they are also presenting Krish and Bhumi. These are the two AI based anchors. That means they would be a particular type of voice that is generated because of the AI, that is artificial intelligence, and they are named as Krish and Bhumi. So they will be able to tell everything in the different languages, regional languages, to the agriculture farmers. This initiative highlights the channel's commitment to using advanced technology. The move aims to better serve the nation's agriculture community. So when we are talking about Doordarshan, when we are talking about this channel, so this channel is there to provide technological advancement to the agricultural department. If we talk more on this, so Maharashtra state has become the largest producer of agriculture this year. And apart from that, if we talk more about this, so please remember that DD Kisan is a dedicated channel for agricultural part, and two AI anchors have been introduced, that are Krish and Bhumi. Mission Ishan, streamlining India's airspace for enhanced efficiency. So India is launching Mission Ishan to consolidate its fragmented airspace management. The unified system will be headquartered in Nagpur. The initiative promises to revolutionize air traffic management. Both airlines and passengers are expected to benefit from this move. So when we are talking about the Mission Ishan, so it is a streamlining India's airspace for enhanced efficiency. And in that category, the Ishan mission has been started. It was started in Nagpur. If we talk more on this, so this is to promise a revolutionized air traffic management. Both airlines and passengers are expected to benefit from this move. Recently, if we talk more on this, so Trivandrum International Airport has been called for their remarkable achievement of zero land filling achievement that they have done. Apart from that, recently, Digi Yatra has been established in more airports all over the India. Apart from that, Ude Desh Ka Aam Nagrik recently covered 8 years into the evolution, and they have made regional connectivity so far in the remotely areas like Saharanpur. Recent development was in Saharanpur in Uttar Pradesh. And remember, Mission Ishan is regarding the Indians airspace to enhanced efficiency, and it was started in Nagpur. Nagpur is in Maharashtra, and it is famous for oranges. L&T Technology Services launches Simulation Center of Excellence for Airbus in Bangalore. So L&T Technology Service Limited inaugurated a Simulation Center of Excellence for Airbus. What is a simulation? Simulators, you must have heard about simulators. You must have played games of train simulator, aeroplane simulator like this. So L&T Technology, they have started the service launches called Simulation Center of Excellence to provide training purpose to the pilots, and for that purpose they have created the Center of Excellence for Airbus in Bangalore. The facility is located at LTT's Bangalore campus, aim to bolster engineering support for Airbus aircraft structural simulation activities. So it will also just not provide particular training or simulation for the pilots, but also for the engineers. Center of Excellence will serve Airbus European Business Unit in France, Germany, the UK, and Spain. So remember two things related to the airlines. One is the Mission Ishan to provide benefits to the passengers and aeroplanes, and particularly the flights for a swift movement. They have created Ishan mission that is based in Nagpur. Another one is a Simulation Center of Excellence for Airbus that is created in Bangalore, and it is created by L&T Technology Services. World Football Day 2024. So world marks the 100th anniversary of the first international football tournament, May 25, 2024. The tournament was held during the Summer Olympic Games in Paris in 1924, and this year also the football is an event under the Paris Olympics in 2024. If we talk about the football, so recently, particularly the Women's Football World Cup that is going to be held in 2027, Brazil has won the bid to organize this Football World Cup in Brazil. Apart from that, Asian Championship is going to be held in Australia. 2026 World Cup of football is going to be held in USA and Mexico. And apart from that, if we talk about more on this, so Sunil Chetri has also confirmed his retirement from international football, and his last game will be the coming June. And apart from all of this, please do remember that 25th May is also known as the World Football Day. It is a day dedicated to a very famous sporting event that is more famous than cricket all over the world. So that is football. International Week of Solidarity with the Peoples of Non-Self-Governing Territories. So UN commemorates International Week of Solidarity with People of Non-Self-Governing Territories from 25th May to 31st of May. Non-self-governing territory is defined as a territory whose people have not yet gained a complete degree of self-government. So particularly there are some indigenous people who are not particularly in relation with any kind of government or something, but still they have not got this status from their government. So to commemorate their awareness regarding their cultural, regarding their unity and regarding their fraternity, a particular day is dedicated, that is the non-self-governing territory, and it is dedicated on 25th May from to 31st of May. So International Week is dedicated to them. Day aims to request the administering powers to protect and respect the right of the people in these territories. Currently, there are 17 non-self-governing territories left in the world. So do remember International Week of Solidarity with the peoples of non-self-governing territories, 25th to 31st of May. Oxford Economics Global Cities Index. Delhi leads Indian rankings. So recently, Delhi emerged as the highest ranked Indian city in the latest Oxford Economics Global Cities Index. Delhi secured 350th position among the world's 1,000 largest cities. So we are talking about the Oxford Economics Global Cities Index. Delhi leads India ranking. If we talk about the uh, most costliest city in the world, then that is particularly New York. In India, it is Mumbai. And if we talk about the particularly the most polluted city, then according to IQ Air, it is Kathmandu. Let's talk more about the indexes we have seen recently. So if we talk about the Global Innovation Index, India's position is 39. In Henley Passport, it is 82. In Hunger Index, it is 105. In Environment Index, it is 176 out of 180 countries. And now Oxford Economics Global Cities Index, Delhi leads Indian ranking. So Delhi secured 350th position among the world's 1,000 largest cities, and in India, it is number one. No Indian city managed to break into the top 300. Index evaluates cities across 5 categories. Economics, first of all. Human capital, that means how much a particular person can create wealth in the city. Quality of life, environment, and governance. Last year, if we talk about the quality of life, so last year, the best quality of life index city was Pune in India. 10th World Water Forum opens in Bali, Indonesia. So 10th World Water Forum commenced in Indonesia on 21st May. Indonesia is the largest archipelago in the world, and that means the largest number of group of islands, that is Indonesia. So the 10th World Water Forum was commenced. The theme of the forum is Water for Shared Prosperity. Attendees included numerous country leaders and United Nations representatives. Forum focused on water conservation, clean water, sanitation, food and energy security, mitigation of natural disasters. So do remember 10th World Water Forum opens in Bali, Indonesia. Let's revise that what we have learned so far in this session. So first of all, India record positive growth among top 5 world steel producers in April and is the second largest producer of steel, crude steel. Karnataka mandate 33% reservation for women in third-party jobs or the government contract jobs. Cyclone Remal, IMD predictions and impact. RBI data shows significant decline in net FDI to 10.5 billion in financial year 24. Doordarshan's DD Kisan embraces AI revolution with Krish and Bhumi as the AI characters or anchors. For the first time, this technology is being used. Mission Ishan, streamlining India's airspace for enhanced efficiency, based in Nagpur. L&T Technology Service launches Simulation Center of Excellence for Airbus in Bengaluru. World Football Day 2024, date, history and significance, is being commemorated on 25th of May. International Week of Solidarity with the people of non-self-governing territories, 25 to 31st of May. Oxford Economics Global Cities Index, Delhi lead Indian rankings, but on the 350th position in 1,000 cities. 10th World Water Forum opens in Bali, Indonesia. And that's it in this session, guys. I hope you learned a lot of things in this session too, like other sessions. And I will meet you in the next session, in which we will discuss some more current affairs and some more general knowledge facts. Till then, please take care, everyone. See you soon, and bye bye.